Welcome to Accelerating Your AI Journey, where we sit down with tech leaders and executives to learn more about how AI is empowering teams. I'm Tiffany Jansen, a software developer, tech consultant, and host of Talk Tech with Tiff. In this season, we are going behind the scenes of the 2026 World Cup to take a look at the technology. Now, it all starts with the players, not the ones on the field, but the innovative team at FIFA. These individuals need to be adaptive, work quickly, and have access to the best tools. And that is where Lenovo comes in. Today, I'm here with Rakshit Gura, who is the Vice President and General Manager of Digital Workplace Solutions. Rakshit, how are you today?
Tiffany, great to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Rakshit, I need to start by asking you, I need to know, what soccer team are you cheering for?
So Tiffany, I'm just cheering for a great game. At the end of the day, I want technology to work and the best team should come forward and they should win the match.
I like that. A very neutral answer, I have to say. I know Lenovo plays a huge role in powering FIFA and helping these team members. What are some challenges that you have seen Lenovo help the workforce overcome through using this technology?
Yep, great question, Tiff. So if you see some of the challenges which FIFA teams are facing is to figure out how they can deliver the great tournament experience, right? So we want to take complexity out of every employee of FIFA and make sure that we are delivering the best of the AI tools and technologies so that they can focus on delivering world-class experience and deliver best outcomes for their company. We can reduce all the complexity which they are facing on a day-to-day basis.
And speaking of taking away the complexities and making their jobs easier, if you will, you're doing this for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I read it was over 10,000 employees. Mm-hmm. No pressure.
No pressure, no pressure. I'm just telling you, it's not an easy one. It sounds easy, but actually the biggest thing is understanding each and every personas which are there in FIFA, understanding whether you are a content developer, whether you are a tournament director, or you are a frontline employee, and then tailoring the complete workplace strategy to deliver the best outcome for that particular persona. And that's where we specialize in. We want to make sure that we bring the best of the technologies for these users, for these personas, and help them being productive in their business role.
What special considerations need to be made when designing workplace solutions, especially as you mentioned when you're thinking of so many different personas?
Yeah. So first thing is, we should be figuring out who are the unique personas in a particular organization, what are their needs, what is needed for them to be effective in their business role so that they can deliver the best outcome for the company. And then we also need to keep a track of what is there currently within the organization. So what are the tools and technologies which are being made available to them? And then once you have understood what role those people are playing, what is unique to that job profile, then you need to provide a complete tailor-made digital workplace solutions for that particular customer, which includes right hardware, right software, and right services, and taking out complexity completely from their operations.
What's been the most rewarding part of any experience working with FIFA?
I'll say the most rewarding experience for us would be figuring out how we deliver seamless operations for FIFA, making their employees most productive, they delivering the best outcome what they need to do for FIFA, and technology is somewhere in the back end, right? I mean they should not even feel. So it's more like it's enabling you, it's making you the best version of yourself, but it's not visible. So that's what we want to drive, and that's the most rewarding experience.
That definitely would be. And, if I was in your shoes, I would also add maybe the bragging rights when the mm-hmm. whole world is stopping to watch the games and you can say, myself, Lenovo, exactly.
Powered by Lenovo, yeah. That's the beautiful thing.
That is, yeah. You can tell all your friends that are watching and whatnot.
Yeah.
What do you think other companies can learn from your partnership?
So I think some of the lessons which some of the other companies can take is how do we create a flexible workplace design where you can embrace technology, adapt it to individual user needs is something what they can focus on.
You have the benefit of rethinking, how you're going to run this World Cup operations. Mm-hmm. Are there any tasks or workflows that you are specifically thinking of for the upcoming 2026 one?
Yeah, there are a lot of interesting workflows which we have defined for 2026 World Cup. First one is around the AI PC strategy. So this is where we are collaborating very closely with Intel and making sure that we are embracing, identifying, what are the different use cases which can be powered through AI PC and building it as part of the overall solution construct for the customer. And then we are also modernizing all the workflows, so all the fan experience, all the employee experience, all what we need to do at a stadium. We are just tailoring all those workflows to transform and deliver the best in class experience for FIFA.
You mentioned modernizing the workflows for the fans as well. Can you give me an example of what that modernized workflow for fans looks like?
Yeah. So, for example, fan wants to understand, how do they want to transform a particular thing, right? I mean, or they want to get the real-time statistics around any of a match, any kind of a
Yes.
match. So enabling and providing those kind of statistics, what they're looking for is what we are driving as part of the fan experience. And there is a lot of other interesting use cases as well.
And the fact that a lot of this AI is running locally is huge benefits as well for getting those instant results in real
Yep.
time.
It's not an easy one, right? I mean, especially capturing all the data points, and there are millions of data points which get generated in each and every match. Capturing all of that, generating insights, delivering the real outcomes which customers are looking for, fans are looking for, the consumers are looking for, the employees are looking for. That's what we are trying to drive.
As a business leader, I'm really curious, how do you weigh the cost of technology when it's always evolving and so quickly at that?
Yeah. So I'll possibly take an example. See, I mean, from my experience, cost of technology is actually evolving faster than the budgets of the customer. I mean, that's the reality,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
So what we need to do is to clearly define whether the new technology, what we are embracing, is it an accelerant or is it more of an experiment, right? I mean, so if it is an accelerant, then obviously we need to see what is the ROI attached to that particular new technology and make sure that we are embracing it. And that is what, as part of our digital workplace solutions, what we enable as part of our Lenovo. We actually help the customer to understand the ROI of any new technology, and more importantly, the complete catalog is future proof. So we bring all the best practices, making sure whatever whatever is happening in the industry, we develop a very solid ROI backed plan for our customers so that they can embrace it.
I like that. You're always listening to, what's going on in the industry, what's coming up, and then finding that balance as
Yep.
to where to put your focus.
Yep. Yep.
How do you think about protecting the customer's work?
Yep. So, see, I mean, this is where again there is an interesting trend in the industry, right?
Yeah.
A lot of customers, they actually are moving their investments from infrastructure side to the cybersecurity side, because with the advent of AI, there are new kind of cyber attacks which are
Yes.
increasing, right? So what we are doing, we are protecting FIFA's complete digital workplace estate with our ThinkShield solution, which is a comprehensive solution which involves 24/7 monitoring of all the endpoints to identify any kind of a threat proactively and provide a resolution to that.
You mentioned ThinkShield is 24/7 monitoring.
Yeah, ThinkShield is our platform, our solution, our software solution, which is there as part of each and every device, and we monitor it through our AI-powered SOC, which kind of identifies any kind of threats in real time.
How does AI then impact every employee's day-to-day work?
So with the help of AI, what we are trying to do is to automate all the mundane tasks which an employee face on a day-to-day basis, and then also focusing on how do we unleash the productivity of an employee. So removing the complexity, making sure the mundane tasks are done by the digital twin of that particular employee, and more importantly, also making sure that employees have the right AI platform to deliver the productivity, and improving that particular productivity is our focus area.
I like how you phrase that at the beginning too, where it is about AI really helps take away those mundane tasks or repetitive tasks, so the employee can focus on really bigger tasks or
Yep.
challenges,
Yep.
or be more creative depending
Yep.
on their role.
Yep, yep.
And it really goes back to what we were speaking about earlier in the conversation about every employee is so unique with
Yep.
their needs and their challenges based on what they are working on.
Yep. And Tiffany, this is an interesting point. If you ask me, 5 years before, it was very difficult to achieve. But now the AI has evolved to that level where we can actually identify the user need at an individual level, not at a persona level only. We can actually understand what is needed for each and every employee to be productive, and they can, delegate all the mundane tasks to the AI and have more like a digital twin, right?
Yes.
So you have a digital twin which is basically focusing on all what you want it to do, and more importantly, it also understand how to respond to a particular situation, knowing that I am Tiffany, right? I mean that's the digital twin, right? I mean,
Exactly. Thinking again about the number of employees, especially when we're thinking about, say, FIFA, 10,000 individuals. How do you ensure that as you scale, you can support employees with the right tools and devices across all functions?
So Tiffany, we are providing Lenovo's AI PC, which are powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, making sure that every employee persona is meeting their unique needs, and it's also providing and improving the collaboration in their digital workplace estate.
When a company needs to scale seamlessly and quickly, of course, what should they look for in a partner?
I think if you're looking for a partner, I'll say if a company is looking for a partner, they should look for the flexibility, and then at the same time, they should also look for experience, right? So, if we are talking about a company like FIFA,
Yes.
they need to think about whether the partner which they have chosen have the experience of, running a pressure tested, environment, right? Do they understand the sports industry? Do they understand that how to deliver the tournament experience? So that's very important, having the right expertise, right experience, and then more importantly also the flexibility part, right? I mean, because there is no one size fit all kind of a solution which can be applied for different customers. So every customer is unique. So tailoring the solution to FIFA's unique need, to their unique personas, to their unique pain points is very, very important when it comes to choosing the right partner.
I really like that you highlighted flexibility because it is something that seems to be a theme throughout our conversation. And I think a lot of companies miss the mark on that. And that's something I think Lenovo does really well.
Yep. So that's how we have built our entire digital workplace solutions catalog. So it's flexible to the need of the IT, flexible to the need of the employee, and the ultimate objective is to deliver superlative experiences for the client.
How does your team at Lenovo help FIFA set up their operations then?
So we actually are doing end-to-end digital workplace solutions operations for FIFA.
Okay.
And as part of this particular task, we are trying to understand the unique user's need, and we are providing them all the right hardware, all the right support services, all the right collaboration tools, all the right securities, so that we can make sure that they are fully covered from a digital workplace solution standpoint, and they can focus on their work, right? And
Yes.
then the complexity around managing the endpoint estate is taken away and delivered through Lenovo.
What about for operation setups, especially when you're thinking about the World Cup? How far in advance does that start?
So I can tell you, I mean, we are already testing
Yeah.
all the work which we need to deliver as part of the 2026 operation, right? So it's a full-fledged, I can say easily 6 to 12 months before the tournament. We need to start thinking, putting the right strategy, putting the right change management, putting the right enablement, what is needed to deliver that particular outcome. So we have to be that proactive.
So basically, once this one wraps up, you're already thinking about
The next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rakshit, I really want to get into when it comes to improving employee experience. Did you have any things that you had hoped to implement this year for FIFA?
So Tiffany, there are a couple of things which we want to do for FIFA this year. First one is we want to make their digital workplace very simple. So removing all the complexity which exists in their digital workplace. The second focus area for us this year is to modernize their workflow. So figuring out what are the challenges which they have in their digital workplace environment and modernizing those workflows. And the third area is also to provide all the quick solutions which have a very strong ROI attached to it and delivering it as a service for FIFA.
So really customizing every solution for every employee.
That's absolutely right, Tiffany.
How do you ensure that as you scale, all the employees have the right devices and tools to support everyone?
So as we scale, it is very important that all the employees should have the right devices, right tools, right technologies, which can make them much more effective in their business role. And that is where our TruScale offering comes into play. With the help of our TruScale offering, we can actually identify at an employee level who are the users, what are the devices they need, what are the services bottleneck which they are facing on a day-to-day basis, and then we can completely tailor-made their device strategy, their software strategy, their services strategy, so that they can get best-in-class experience. And all of it is backed by business outcomes.
Rakshit, I'm curious, how do you ensure that as you scale, all the employees have the right tools to support their functions?
So, Tiffany, what we are focusing on is the three P's. One is personalization, second is productivity, and the third one is protection. So, what we are doing as part of our strategy, we are providing TruScale Device as a service to FIFA. And as part of it, we can provide all the right solutions, right devices, right software, right services, which are required for each employee to have the best in class experience is what we are delivering for them. And all of this is powered by our AI PC strategy. And that is where we are working very closely with Intel using their ultra core processors.
Thank you so much. Rakshit, this was such a great conversation. I thought I was excited to tune into the 2026 World Cup, but after learning more about AI local processing to Lenovo's AI PCs, I mean, the list goes on, thinking about Intel's ultra-core processors, I am beyond excited. Just understanding how the technology works. It's something that I think we really take for granted as a viewer, watching the game, and then understanding what's going on behind the scenes really puts another level to it.
No, absolutely, Tiffany. Looking forward to connecting with you soon.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. I will see you in the next one.